Welcome back to City Insider. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Manchester City Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Manchester City open to Kalvin Phillips' exit in January. Manchester City are reportedly prepared to send Kalvin Phillips out on loan for the second half of the 2023-24 campaign should his game time not increase at the Etihad. The 27-year-old made the switch to the Premier League champions from Leeds United last summer, following an 8-year senior career at Elland Road. Phillips featured 234 times for the Lilywhites, helping the club gain promotion to the Premier League in 2020 following a 16-year spell outside of England's top flight. It is understood that Pep Guardiola's side would only entertain temporary offers for the England international, meaning he would return to Manchester at the conclusion of the 2023-24 campaign. The report claims that although Phillips is ready to fight for a regular place at the European champions, he will be handed the opportunity to move elsewhere for the second half of the season should his game time not increase between now and January. It is believed that Newcastle United would be interested in adding Phillips to their ranks should he be made available at the beginning of 2024. With Eddie Howe's men continuing their transformation under Saudi Arabian ownership, the Magpies have collected just 3 points from their opening quartet of Premier League fixtures. However, matches against Man City, Liverpool, and Brighton Hove Albion have represented a very challenging start to the season. Whilst the Geordies occupy 14th position in the league table, Man City are the only team to have won all 4 of their matches so far. However, Phillips has played just 6 minutes of football to date. The midfielder earned a brief cameo in the 5-1 victory over Fulham last weekend, when a hat-trick from Erling Haaland and a promising debut for Jeremy Doku stole the headlines. Phillips could be set for his first start of the season over the next week, having been selected by Gareth Southgate in England's squad for matches against Ukraine and Scotland. The Three Lions have struggled with depth in defensive midfield for a number of years now, allowing the 27-year-old to remain a regular figure for his national team, despite being on the fringes of first-team action at Man City. Guardiola's side will be looking to extend their winning run at the start of the new campaign to 5 matches on September 16th, when they travel to the London Stadium to face West Ham United in the Premier League. Manchester City land 7 on Ballon d'Or nominee list. In order to win a treble, you need a very deep, talented squad full of stellar players. Hence, Manchester City comprised more than 1/3 of the Ballon d'Or nominees list, which came out earlier today. The award, which signifies the best overall footballer for club and country combined of the previous season, is currently held by Karim Benzema, but could be won by Erling Haaland this time around. The list includes the PFA Player of the Year, Premier League's Player of the Season, and Football Writers Association's Men's Player of the Year. Defender Josko Gvardiol is here on the list due to his time with RB Leipzig. So you may be asking why we counted him. Well, we left out Ilkay Gundogan, who is now with Barcelona, so it all evens out. The rest of the Man City list includes Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Dias, Julian Alvarez, Bernardo Silva, and Rodri. The full 30-player shortlist is here: Josko Gvardiol, Andre Onana, Karim Benzema, Jamal Musiala, Mohamed Salah, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Randal Kolo Muani, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Kvaratskhelia Kvaratskhelia, Nicolo Barella, Emiliano Martinez, Ruben Dias, Erling Haaland, Martin Odegaard, Ilkay Gundogan, Yassine Bounou, Julian Alvarez, Vinicius Jr., Rodri, Antoine Griezmann, Lionel Messi, Lautaro Martinez, Robert Lewandowski, Kim Min-jae, Luka Modric, Kylian Mbappe, Victor Osimhen, Harry Kane. Voting is done by journalists from FIFA's 100 top-ranked member nations. Man City have fearsome transfer plan to sign £150 million rated Brighton striker. Manchester City have a fearsome plan to partner Erling Haaland with Brighton star striker Evan Ferguson. The young Irishman is attracting plenty of interest after an impressive start to the season, in which against Newcastle became the 6th youngest player to score a hat-trick in the Premier League, still just 18 years old. Big things are expected of Ferguson, who is being compared to former Tottenham star and current England captain Harry Kane. iNews claim City are weighing up a bid for Ferguson, which is expected to eclipse the British transfer record £115 million paid by Chelsea for Moises Caicedo, Ferguson's former teammate at Brighton. Last month, Ferguson has a contract until 2028 and Brighton have no need for cash, thanks to Chelsea's seemingly endless pit of money. So a figure close to £150 million has been suggested to tempt the club into selling. Speaking about the possibility of Ferguson being sold, Brighton's chief executive Paul Barber last month said, in Evan's case, it'll be in at least 5 years' time. The technical staff are making the key decisions on where a player is in his development, whether he needs more first-team games or needs to go on loan, or if we need to trade earlier or later. Ultimately, it's going to be a collective decision, but it's driven by the technical staff and we're relying on them to make those judgments regarding the player's development. Gundogan explains why he snubbed Arsenal for Barcelona. Ilkay Gundogan has confirmed why he snubbed Arsenal for a move to Barcelona. The midfielder left Manchester City on a free transfer during the summer, joining the Spanish Giants on a 3-year deal after the Gunners failed with an offer to keep him in the Premier League. Gundogan's final game for the club proved to be the Champions League final, which City won to claim a historic treble. And the German says it was the perfect time to leave and fulfill a childhood dream of playing for Barcelona. There were reports at the time that Gundogan was pushing for a longer contract which City were not offering, while both Barca and Arsenal were, but the player has denied those claims. I'm honest, and many people don't know this, in the end, it wasn't about a year or two, he told Bild. There was no problem with the running time. City waited a relatively long time until the talks really intensified. If this had happened a little earlier, the situation would have been different, so in the end it was the perfect ending. It couldn't have come at a better time. It was also my childhood dream to play for FC Barcelona. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.